Welcome back to Lessons from Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Partello, and this episode is completely different than anything else I've done before. About a month ago, had an opportunity to go to the National Sports Forum and speak on the new expectations of fan experience. And I decided to put myself to a challenge. Could I produce a podcast with only the gear that I carry in my backpack? And challenge number one was finding somebody who would actually do a podcast with me while at the conference. And so big thanks to Chris from Q Audio, somebody we've worked with for years. It's really funny. We'll take you through the story, but was one of the first teams that they actually talked to when he joined the company. I think he's employee number 5, if I'm correct. So Q Audio does amazing tech and add-ons into fan experience, into game entertainment. Chris takes you through that entire journey, his career journey, from the team side all the way to working on the vendor side and providing a service back to teams. It's a really cool conversation, but more importantly, an opportunity for me to showcase that you can actually produce content anywhere you are as long as it's top of mind, and you just have a little bit of gear with you. So I hope you enjoy this conversation with Chris and I.
So thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We were telling before we jumped on camera, Wayne and I talked 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2019.
Almost 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And then
You guys were
been
early.
following you, you've been following, and now it just came together.
It's amazing.
You're here in St. Louis.
Yeah, and a bunch of our teams use Q, which is awesome. Why don't you so what does Q Audio do?
Yeah, so Q started as a cell phone light show company.
Sure.
So we did cell phone light shows at concerts, venues, sporting events, especially all over the country. And this was back in 2018. So we continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. And over the past 8 years, now we've gone from a humble cell phone light show to a full comprehensive suite of mobile engagement products. That's everything from simple trivia games and transforming yourself using AI or, live streaming yourself from your cell phone to the video board, kind of like FaceTiming with the board. We do cool things with AI. We do things with mixed reality. We've done, these prize drops. You drop the real parachute from the rafters, and now you can drop virtual parachute.
Oh, wow.
So
I love that.
It's just been cool. Like, it's a suite of, I think it's like 37 products now in a variety of different ways that can be delivered and
How many
clients.
team partners now?
It is, the total number is probably around 350, but it's 106 Division I colleges, because that's really been, that's where my background was in.
Potatoes, yeah.
And it's 106 colleges, which is crazy. And that's
Crazy.
basically half of every professional league in America.
Wow.
So it's been a cool growth. And then the last 18 months has been international.
Okay.
We've done baseball in Japan. We've done cricket and rugby in Australia. We've done everything in Europe. South America has been really cool.
And I feel like it's a space where there's some heavy competition. You guys were early, right? And then other players kind of were like, wait, we want to get in on that.
Yep.
Yeah, so but you guys have done a good job of sort of holding your ground. What's helped you do that?
I think it's a bunch of things. I would be remiss as the sales guy who gets to take credit for so much to not truly give love to our product team.
Sure.
Those guys are in the lab creating new products, and that's what they did between 20, once we got out of COVID, it was 21 to probably 24, where that's where that spike of, hey, we got all these cool ideas for products, let's build out a suite. And then to fully answer your question, we continue to be the only all-encompassing provider.
Yep.
You've got a competitor that can do this and do this and do this and do this.
So you can piecemeal it or come to us and we'll handle it all.
Or the one-stop shop.
I love that.
And that's really, I think that's the key to success.
Yeah, especially in college. I think, as we've ventured into college athletics, it has been eye-opening how limited their staffing is, their resources are, that they really do, when they bring on a partner, they really need you to be all-encompassing. They really need you to have their back.
You got to show everyone love.
Yeah.
We're not under any delusion of where the budget's coming from, right? But you got to be able to do the same thing you do for football and basketball and baseball at those other Olympic sports. You know, give love to everyone and be a one-stop efficient solution that an 18-year-old who is rolling posters and wants to learn about athletics, they can run Q.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of a cool idea, right?
Yeah, no, we've seen it in control rooms. We've seen kids with zero experience going, hey, we're going to give you this. We're going to teach you very quickly how to run this. And this is going to be your thing. Now we can put some adults behind you to put some eyes on it. But like all of a sudden now they've got experience in a control room running a piece of equipment, and also the ease of integration into control rooms, I think, is a big one for you guys. So you're equipment agnostic, which helps a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a big one. I mean, when we met, so in 19, when we chatted, you know, obviously for me, game pres and game entertainment's always been sort of at the core of my skill set. What about you? Like, how was your career growth and how did you get here?
Yeah, so I took probably a little different of a path than most of our company, whereas a lot of them did come from the game pres team side. I started out, after I graduated college, I was working for Learfield IMG, you know, the multimedia rights partner at the college level. So I was doing sponsorships for them. That led into a job with Coca-Cola where I was doing marketing on college campuses. But still, again, you know, do the t-shirt cover, do the Coca-Cola row of the game. But, you know, I wasn't calling those kinds of shots. And then that led into Q of, you know, we got a pretty good relationship with so many wonderful people in the college space and sports space. And that kind of led into Q of like, all right, well, if we can do it here, we can do it anywhere. And that's what's really kind of blossomed over the last
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you know, one of the things we talk about on the show all the time is there is no straight line to where you're going to find your kind of passion, right? Like if you had told you 10 years ago that this would be a space, you know, and I love that though. I love people who kind of find their way to these places where you guys are making an impact. You're really helping fans engage, right? But schools and teams offer something different to all of their fans, which is amazing. I love that. So how many, you know, when you guys started as the light show, the transition to how big is the company growing? Like how have you kept up with that?
So I was 2019, I was employee number 2.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
We had 5 total. And then now we are at, we acquired one company that was doing like live event apps for like festivals. So they did, you know, Bonnaroo, they did Lollapalooza and all that.
That's fun.
Ended up selling them. So we went all the way up to probably about 50.
Oh, wow.
And then now we're closer to about 27.
Got it. That's a great number.
And it's a great group. It's a really, really good time.
Where are you guys based?
Everywhere.
So it's a remote company.
Wow. So, yeah, we got 2 in Nashville, which is where I am. But I think we were just talking about it. 18 cities, 5 countries.
Wow.
And it's just 27 people, just all over.
That's wild. And then one thing we didn't mention on the pod, because we assumed, but we know it, is that we're here at NSF. So we're at NSF, National Sports Forum. We're in St. Louis. You know, these events, you know, it's funny. I've been capturing content since I got here, and it's like, these events are great, right? Because you bump in. This is the first time I'm here, and so last night I was at the speakers dinner. You can tell there's a lot of folks that come to this every year. Have you guys been here before?
This is I think Q. This is my 3rd.
Okay.
I think it's Q's like 6th.
Oh wow. Okay.
But you're absolutely right. There are very, very loyal attendees, and some of the new stuff that they're bringing in. I mean, some of the speakers they have this year are top notch.
Oh yeah, obviously I'm here. I mean,
so.
Yeah, no, it was, you know, it's funny. I happened to catch the open application time frame for this one, and always something, it's a conference I've always wanted to get to. It's spring training is really
it's this week, right?
Yeah, it is this week. World Baseball Classic has like really shifted how teams, so we're doing 4 teams this spring. So we did 2 a week ago. We did 2 in Florida a week ago, and then we were with the A's in Arizona last week, and then I've got a group in Florida with the Tigers right now. So people were doing it at different times because of the World Baseball Classic and who was going where. But yeah, it's always been a tough one for me to get to. But I saw the open application, and I pitched them on a topic near and dear to, I think, to both of our hearts, is the kind of where we are with fan experience and not just entertainment, but the expectations of fans today. You know, one of the topics that I'm going to talk about, and love to hear your take, is like this, what I like to call the Savannah bananification of sports entertainment, where, God, we've met with so many teams and they're like, oh my God, if one more person asked me, like, why can't you do things like the Savannah Bananas, right? And you can't. But there's a lot of lessons to be learned. So I'm not going to give it away here. It's on my talk, it's a different video. But,
Exclusive.
yes, but for you guys do bring some of those kind of fun, silly, like different things that level up an experience. For you, you know, when you're working with teams, how has that been? How is the evolution of that expectation changing what you guys do? Because fans are expecting different, like the dollar.
You need something new.
Always.
You need something new.
And these kids, you know, I feel like the old guy on the lawn, but like they're different, man. They have different. I mean, they're scrolling.
You gotta hit it in different ways.
Yeah, and like you guys offer stuff, obviously that's immersive, but also on screen.
Yeah.
So.
No, 100%. I think there's so many different ways that it has come together and gone. I think the biggest thing is taking simple concepts. So, you know, we have a product called Post Up, but it's, you know, take a selfie, send it in, it goes on the board, you see yourself on the board.
Sure.
You have a 40% chance of buying another ticket.
Do you guys do the TGL? Yeah. Okay. So that Matt and I did it. So Matt Coy, our VP, he and I remembered him saying it was you, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I have the picture. Maybe we'll insert it here. It's Matt and I on the screen. Oh yeah, at TGL like a week ago. Yeah, it was awesome. But
That's great. Right. So that's where it started, and that's been good, and it's been great. And I will still argue that I still think it's a tale as old as time and just timeless of if you see yourself on a video board at a live event, you had a great day.
No doubt.
But we need to do better, right? So we integrated, this year we integrated AI.
Okay.
So now you take your selfie, and if you want to turn yourself into an AI creation,
Oh, wow.
the teams are dictating what it is. So,
Mascot.
Star Wars night, yeah. And so I get turned into one of those characters. Or 90s night, I get turned into a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And then those are the photos that go on the board. But what I love about that specifically, and why I think it does does kind of hits home with a lot of these fans, is back in the day,
Yeah.
when you send your selfie to the video board, that is so cool for you. And there's 29,999 other people who are like, who the heck is that guy? He doesn't do anything for me. Now, if we both got turned into a Ninja Turtles, I saw their adaptation of my AI in Ninja Turtle, but now seeing you being turned into a Ninja Turtle gives me something.
There's value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It brings us together. It brings a little bit more investment.
Value is, I think, a special word in this whole economy, right? It's not cheaper. The value, right? Like it's not going to be, and it's never going. I mean, dude, I did a video the other day with NIL and this bucket of money that every school has to come up with every year. They have to keep driving more revenue. Like the revenue has to go because you've got to continue to fuel that engine. And so as the prices go up, as they will, expectations will continue to ratchet up because you're comparing it against your vacation, you're comparing it against your Starbucks coffee in the mud. Every experience is different. Yeah, and it's all part of that journey. Like as we continue to ratchet up these types of things and like watching how fans engage and like giving them new bells and whistles, to your point of, hey, the picture on the screen was great, but what's next?
You gotta
You gotta sprinkle,
baby.
you gotta
A little more
sprinkle.
razzle-dazzle.
But the value, I love that you guys thought about, okay, that was value to one, but how do we make it value to many? And right? Like everybody sees a little value in that. I think that's probably a big lesson for everybody, is that like, you know, we did work with a team that was really good at value to one, and we were challenging them to be like, but at what cost? Right. Your value to one was amazing, but you can't go value to one times 30,000. So how do you make that value to one valuable? Yeah, I like that. What other trends have you seen across the the different leagues have different, like there's so much they can learn from each other.
Yes.
It's been one of the cores of Cuento, is that like we came from baseball,
We also came from the NFL, and we've all been around, and now Matt's joined us with NHL and NBA, and we've seen a bunch, and now college. I think that's an incredible value. Conferences like this are important for that. You guys, as partners, I think bring a really unique perspective to what are some of the trends that you all are seeing in the experience side that you might not even have a solution for, but just in your experience, what are you seeing out there?
I think this is probably the least sexy answer of our time together.
I love least sexy.
But
look at us.
It's my old
We're going to
sponsorship,
deliver least sexy here.
and analytics, that ROI that I just can't let go of this. And this is probably just a soapbox I'm sitting on right now, is that the ability to use, and that's what I love about some of the stuff we do, you have to use the same things you do in game to engage people that are watching at home or sitting on their couch in the middle of the off season, not thinking about it. And I was talking to a baseball team.
That's pretty sexy, by the way. You're right. No,
you got to make it sexy.
You got to make that.
You got to make it sexy. But yeah, no, I mean, our trivia game's a good example.
Yep.
Everyone and their mother has been doing trivia at sporting events for 50 years, and it's great.
Sure.
And it's again timeless. But now you can engage people who are sitting on their couch watching your game, sitting on the couch watching an away game. You can engage them on Tuesday night in the off season when they have no reason to be thinking about your team.
Sure.
And it can come together in some really, really cool ways. You mentioned how do we make that one person experience? The example I keep talking to folks about is, how many times have we heard this? You're at a sports game.
Yep.
Hey fans, we're here with the contestant. Contestant's gonna answer some questions for a chance for a prize pack. Cool. I am so happy for that contestant.
It's one of my least favorite things teams do.
And that's where we've started to be intentional about, okay, well, how do you make every person in the stadium now compete against that person?
Love that.
What is that show? I think Rob Lowe hosts the 300 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's that idea, but it's, I think those are a few of the trends that
that's fun.
Are really kind of popping right now. And then that all is entangled very, very intimately with revenue generation, sponsorship inventory, and just being able to activate a 360 calendar of engagement, not a 81 game
for
calendar,
sure.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the mindset we have to really kind of leave in.
It's funny because that was definitely something we spent a lot of time on when I was on the team side. Was we built this rewards platform, and it was all about 365, always engaging and always giving them a reason to care and pay attention. One of the things that I learned stepping away from the team side is how little people know about what's actually going on with your business. When you're in it every day, you're like, oh my God, we just did this thing and this person said this, and you're like, ah, and then you step away and you're like, oh, wait, what are they doing? Within a year, I had no idea what the Padres were doing. No idea. I had new problems to solve. They were no longer my worry. And my buddies, I still live in San Diego, so things will come up oh, we just signed this guy. Cool. Then I'll see other stuff pop up and nobody will even talk about they signed this other guy. It's just, but yeah, you're right. Gamifying the way people all year can engage with the team. I like that a lot. I think that is, it's important, especially, listen, at this college level now,
how are you going to get the money? They are not invested in the recruiting to NIL, to the the transfer window.
It's the core of Cuento, right? If you're not storytelling, right? You guys are a tactic we bring in to engage in that story, right? But if you're not telling that story, if you're recruiting, if the transfer portal opens and you're not engaging your audience in how exciting your new signees are, even if they're not exciting, if you're not making them exciting, then they're not exciting. My old boss used to say, teams that don't tell their history when you go through their ballpark or their stadium have no history. Fact. You are what you are. So if you're not doing engaging tactics or different things, then you're not an engaging brand. You might think you are, but if you're not telling that story of excitement and whatever and building that momentum, then it hurts. What about over the last year? This is a fun one. What's something that you guys have pulled off that you were like, oh, that was okay. That was a moment for us.
I think it's coming up
Okay,
this summer.
let's go.
When I joined Q, there was an event that I told myself, someday we're going to be able to work with them.
Okay.
And I wanted to work with the largest sporting event in the world, hosted by America,
yeah.
Canada, and Mexico this summer.
It's coming.
And yeah, so we're going to be doing the World Cup.
That's
So
amazing.
We did the Club World Cup last
Congratulations.
year.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, that's going to be an incredible activation.
Yeah.
I mean, doing 16 different cities all at the same time.
You got Matt in there. Yeah.
It's in the stadium. It's 2 different fan zones, all activation. And we were just talking about, what about the 1 billion people watching on TV?
Yeah. So
And
how are you
now
going
we're
to
trying to
engage
fix that.
those folks? Like, what is it? A QR code that they're popping to start to engage and play along, or is it in the app? Like, what? How does that look?
All the above.
All of the
so
above.
that's
So
gonna-
you're watching, you can scan a code and start engaging. Oh wow, that's really fun.
So the app. I mean, they wanted to start with the app. Again, God bless QR codes.
Yeah.
And what they've done for our business, because you take out your phone, you scan. I know we have QR code fatigue. I know that.
No, listen, I'm a marketer at heart, so like I don't, because I'm with you. It's made everything clickable.
It's
right. It's
You want to learn something? Take out
right
your phone
there.
and you have it in 7 seconds.
You know what's so funny, and you know this because we met in 19. I mean, we were trying to make QR codes a thing.
Yeah.
COVID.
You had to get download a separate app just to do it.
Correct.
And that was
Correct.
why
It
so many
didn't
people were
work.
like, nah.
I'm good. COVID changed, and now obviously Apple incorporating into the phone is the game changer. But COVID was the moment where everything had to go touchless. QR codes became, even my mom can do it. That's what I use all the time. Like, and yeah, you're right. It's
Or your
changed.
grandma.
Yeah, right. It's changed the game for us on engagement, and that's amazing. So all right, so they'll be able to get it in the app, and what are they going to be? Are we allowed to talk about it? Like what you're going to be doing? Or not yet?
I'm probably a little more vague, but
Vague,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but it's the classic stuff. You're going to be able to play trivia games.
Fun.
There's going to be, cool ways to
do all
share
this
your
stuff.
selfies
Yeah,
and share different things, and maybe some scavenger hunt ideas as well. So, if you happen to go to more sites, maybe there's an incentive and things like that.
Awesome. I love that.
It's great. Yeah.
That's really
and
fun.
It's really, really exciting.
All right, so I'm going to transition us. And so the podcast is Lessons from Sports. And you've worked in and around sports now for a long time. And the core is a lesson that you learned either working in sports or playing sports or something, right? That you take with you to find happiness and success. So what would be that lesson that you would want to share with everybody?
I think there's gratification is such a special thing. I was texting a friend the other day that was getting out of the industry because he wants to have a life.
Yeah.
What a concept, right? How dare him? But it's a grind, and you have to be able to fill your bucket while your bucket's being drained by working 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, traveling, doing this, giving up a weekend to come to St. Louis.
It's lovely this time.
It is. Oh my gosh. 25, balmy, no snow, just a good brisk wind.
I was in San Diego yesterday, dude.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
That's why it's for the love of the game, though, right?
the love of
the
the
love of the
game.
game. So you have to find that gratification. I think for me personally, that gratification came fairly early on with joining Q, of knowing the hustle that went into it. But I tell this to our team all the time. I walked into a sports bar, March Madness, looked at all the TVs. Half of the TVs had a team that were our client.
Oh, wow.
And,
Yeah, it's great.
From a sales perspective, it is hey, I know what went into creating the relationship with them, understanding their goals, providing them solutions that could work, and then ultimately working with them to bring these things to life. And I think that's one part of it. I think the other thing that I learned along the way, and you said this a second ago, is I didn't know when I started each of my jobs. Okay, so it's 3 big jobs in sports, right? When I started each job, I didn't know the next one existed.
Wow.
Right? So everyone, and it's okay to have a dream job. If you want to be an AD and you want to be a GM or you want to be a head coach or you want to be whatever.
That's a great lesson.
Great. But when I started with Coca-Cola, I didn't know that there was a
Pretty big
company out
brand,
there.
right? Like,
I didn't know there was a company out there that makes cell phone light shows.
And you went from a massive company
Yeah.
to employee number 2. Like, think about that,
Well,
right? Like, yeah, you had no idea. And that it was gonna fill your cup.
right.
In a different way, in a way that you were looking for. I love that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, I didn't know I could work for a team. Like, I'm DJing in a bar in Boston, and in comes all these guys who are in marketing, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. Next thing you know, I'm the CMO of a team. And I didn't know that was possible at all, but like, but you're right. Like, opening your eyes and not closing. My like version of it is, you love it and live it, or hate it and leave it in this industry. Like, on the first part of what you shared, which is like, if you don't love this game, not the game that you're watching on the field, the game of the business, it's not
going to keep beating.
Go do something
can't
else,
keep it up.
because this will eat you up. But if you love it, sky's the limit, because you're every day waking up being like, I love the people I work with. They love this as much or more than I do. Like, let's go. That's when it starts to really come together. So I love that. And then the other side of it, of keeping your eyes open to what else is out there and being okay. Look, you'll probably have a perspective on this. You went from being the guy at a team, right, to the guy from Coca-Cola, to the guy to a company nobody had heard of. It's humbling.
Oh, yeah.
What was that like when you went, like, you're calling, I mean, guys like me, and back then, no one even knew who the hell you were. It's humbling.
Cold calling was never, so I was a journalism major in college. I'd never taken a business class.
Sure.
I'd never taken a sales class. I just learned what a cell phone light show was, how it works, and started calling people, right? So yeah, that is, it's tough.
It's a part nobody talks about.
But if you believe in what it is, and that's why, again, like, there were opportunities to get into sales earlier in my career, and then obviously there's so many opportunities out there now. You gotta love what you're doing. I mean, you said it, Wayne. Like, you have to love this, and I love educating people on this product and what they can do with it.
Matt Coy, who's on our team, and Matt has ran Dallas Cowboys, the Padres, MSG. He's done the Olympics, gonna do the world, all these things, right? Amazing for Matt. But like, when Matt also went to a startup and did sales, and when we were recruiting him to come to Cuento, he's like, I don't want to sell. I tried sales. I didn't like selling. Okay. And then 6 months into his time at Cuento, I'm like, dude, you're a great salesperson. He's like, oh, I'm not selling. I'm telling people how much I love doing what I'm doing.
Right.
You do the sales. I'm like, listen,
You sell all storytelling.
what we laugh about is that that's the best sales you can do, when he's just genuinely telling you that he wants to get in and help your business and help your department get right, or put the right pieces in place. That's the best sales you can do. And like, you guys talking about what you do, you're not selling. And that's when sales becomes like skyrocket, like, and my old sales manager way back in the day, he never sold. He just told people about the ideas that I came up with. He was like, dude, you come up with ideas, I'm just going to tell everybody about them.
Yeah.
And then they're either going to do it or not do it, but I hope they do it. Yeah. And like, if you truly believe that it's the right thing they should do, then it's not selling. You're just sharing an opportunity to get better. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah, that's a fun one, man. Man, those are good lessons, dude. Look at you. Yeah.
It's taken a minute, but we're doing all right.
All of us, as you go through this. All right, so last section of the pod. Oh no, second ones. Rapid fire questions. These are just off the top of your head. And I'm pulling them off the top of my head because, to be honest, I don't have my phone because I'm engaged in the conversation. And all my questions are there, but I'm just gonna do them off the top of my head. Favorite place to vacation?
Beach, specifically Caribbean.
Caribbean, where? And you got a specific spot?
Probably St. John.
Okay. I've never been.
One we went to early on.
Yeah.
And
I'm the same.
That's where your heart lives, right?
BVI, man. You get me into the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands. Fun fact, I got to, when I was a radio personality, go to Jose Cuervo's private island for a week, which is off the coast of Tortola, and they just like bought the rights to it for, anyways, sick. It's same thing. It's like just in my heart now. Like I just want to be there. Going in 2 weeks, can't wait.
So there you go.
Job, like let's go.
But that's the key with your favorite. Like you have to keep going back and refilling the bucket, right? Just another bucket.
Favorite, like you get one meal. What's it gonna be?
Pizza.
It's got. You got a spot.
I love Detroit style pizza. I'm originally from New England, but
we were in New England.
It's a little Rhode Island.
Oh, really? I'm from Boston.
Yeah. You mentioned Boston a second ago.
Yeah, that's so fun.
So we have it's a little different than Detroit. It's a little more heavy in the crust versus Detroit style.
Detroit style,
very airy, right? And then you put the sauce on top.
I love Detroit style.
Yeah,
There's a place next to Comerica Park. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it. Might be Buddy's. I could be wrong, but it's between Comerica Park and my hotel, and that's like it's like once a trip. I'll treat myself once a trip. A couple years ago, I was a bigger boy. That was an every nighter, and I had to stop. But it was so good, though.
It's just so good.
Detroit style pizza is pretty amazing. Best like mentor you've ever had?
Whew, I have been blessed.
Yeah.
With many. I think one of the ones I'm most grateful for, technically my first boss at Learfield IMG. His name is Brandon Forbes. He's a GM out at University of Washington now.
Nice.
But again, I was I'll give you the quick thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I was 22 years old until I was 26 years old, living in Blacksburg, Virginia, being, trying to figure out what does it mean to be a professional? What does it mean to work in a real industry? Oh, by the way, street of college bars and college friends and, and balancing that and then continuing to get older and being like, why am I still living in a college town? And he helped me through so many of those pieces, and he still does.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing, right? The best ones never go away, and they're always there when you need them. And I had an employee that left. She got an incredible opportunity. It was a dream job, and she had to leave me. I cried when she left. We joked that we sat in my office, drank wine, and cried because I just loved her on my team, but she had this amazing opportunity. But we did status calls still. We still did our weekly call for a year as she transitioned into a real leadership role that she had never been in before, and had to deal with some stuff. And like, I was one of my favorites because I was like, hey, just because you're leaving doesn't mean we have to stop that. And and she did great. It was, you see those people, have you had the opportunity now to get to pay that forward to others? Have you seen like, because now in a sales role, it's different. Like you're not mentoring those kids up, right? But some of your clients, I think you probably are having those types of relationships with.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Right? I mean, there's been people internal that I've, I'm very grateful for. And hopefully I've been able to help them in whether they move forward or if they're not. Or, we have a lot of clients that, unfortunately, a big part of moving up in college athletics, specifically in marketing, you have to move out, right?
Moving.
So every time that, I try to do this, every time that we see someone left, anytime we see someone looking for something new, you try to reach out and say, hey, if there is anything we can do, again, we work with half the schools, in your conference or in your geography, or what are you looking for? And, do you want to go in the pros? Like, let us help you, because I think that's going back to gratification. That's probably the most gratifying part of
hands down
anything, is if
it's easy. It's easy, going back to like leaving the big brand and going to the small startup, which we've both done. Part of what I've told people is when you walk away from that big logo and that shiny business card, you find out real quick who the real ones are.
Yep.
And I equate it back to when I was in the big job. It's easy to cheer for you when you're winning. It's the people who call you when you've lost or when you've had that loss. Maybe you got let go, or maybe you quit with nowhere to go, like whatever it may be, but you're at a low point. It's the people who are there for you in those moments that you'll never forget. And I realized it when my boss left the Padres, when he moved on, and the assumption, correctly by the way, was that I was next, right? Like the guy who brings you in goes, you're gonna go. I mean, everybody knows how this goes. but everybody was consumed with his movement, rightfully so. But 2 people called me that day and checked in on me to make sure I was okay, because they knew the domino effect. But they're not the only 2 people that realized there's a domino effect there, but only 2 picked up the phone.
Take initiative.
And let me tell you, those 2 guys, for the rest of my life, I got them no matter what. Like, they were there, and both helped pick me up. And like, those are the things that matter. Like, those are the relationships that matter. All right, last part here. And this is pretty simple. It's just paying it forward a little bit. I like to clip these and share them with people to help them kind of figure out as they navigate. And it's pretty simple. I'll leave you with just one question because I've taken a lot of your time. What's the best part about your day now?
The best part of my day is I'm currently planning a wedding.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, we got engaged last July. We're getting married in October. We just took engagement photos 2 days ago. That is,
Yeah, dude.
that's the thing. I love what I do, and I love Q, and I love doing this, but we all need to remember that there is other things out there. There's family, there's friends, there's those people that you choose, the family you choose, the family you're born with, and that's the best part of my day.
I love that.
Her and,
That was
and
great.
having dinner, going to the gym, and
Yeah, living life.
planning your
Yeah.
future and understanding your future is 24 hours a day, not 8, 10, or 12.
And the advice I give people on that, so this year going to be 20-year anniversary for my wife and I.
Congrats.
Thank you. And we're not there yet. I was home for 4 nights in the month of February.
Big few months.
Whoa.
Pivotal months coming up.
That leans into what I was about to say, which is, choose carefully, right? Like that other side of your life, when it really fits and that person is understanding that you do love what you do and that this job is consuming and that and they appreciate it and value that. Wow, my wife says to me all the time, it's pretty amazing to see somebody find what they were meant to do. And that's motivating. And it's like understanding that this took a risk, quitting my job, all that stuff. But like the risk to leave home when we left Boston to go to Miami when she was 5 months pregnant with our first kid, you're like, but like I've had friends that have not had that and they've had the opposite at home, which really suppressed their creativity, suppressed their day, made them question whether they should be putting in the effort that they're putting in. And you watch their track veer off, maybe not for the worst, right? Maybe they should be doing something else. Maybe that was the best thing for them, but maybe not, right? And so, and it's weird, I'm old now and I can see my friends that had the right track and the right people in their lives, whether it's their partner or not, just the right people and how it went for them, and the others who didn't. And you're like, wow, those choices are so important. It's 24 hours in a day forever, hopefully, right? And you're like, God, that's the best when you nail it. And like, congratulations.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Right back at you.
Yeah,
No, it's the gas that truly fills the tank, right? I mean, you've heard it many times. Maybe it's a cliche that we wouldn't
I love cliches.
be where we are without the people supporting us that have nothing to do with the job.
No.
Right?
Well, I joke with my wife all the time because I was very happy being the best t-shirt tosser, best t-shirt hander out in the country. I mean, I was damn near close to number 1 in the country. I was very good at it.
Leave a legacy.
Like, incredible. And she was like, that's good, but what next? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's next? Do you realize they pay for my drinks? I get free beer. I get free t-shirts. Like, I'm having the time of my life with all my friends.
We're good.
And she was like, yeah, that's cute. But
coast.
what's next? And I was like, okay. She's like, do you want to do this at 30?
Retirement.
Yeah. She's like, you want to do this at 35? Oh, I hadn't gotten that far. Like, I was just excited they were going to pay me again in 2 weeks. So yeah, it's amazing. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on and spending time with us. I did it. Mission accomplished. NSF podcast recording. Hopefully it recorded. That one did. I can see it still on. But like, here at NSF and with our friends from Q. Q Audio, for those, check it out. They do amazing work. We work with them in a lot of places. Yeah, I've been following them since 2019. Yeah, keep checking out the pod. Appreciate y'all.